everybody. Welcome to the Triple B Experience Unscripted. We are the Triple B trio, Gary, Cable, and Mr. Triple B himself, Bad Bubba Brewer. How's it going, guys?
Good.
Wonderful.
So it's Wednesday. We are back. This is Unscripted 15. I don't know if you realize that. So we made it to the 15 mark. It seems like we've done a million of these. But I guess when you add the podcast and all the other stuff we've been doing and that you guys have been doing, it seems like we're on here constantly. But this is actually 15, so a little bit of a milestone. Didn't know if either you knew that or not.
Well, anytime we're on, it's a milestone because we just keep going. So that's actually pretty good, I think.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, gentlemen, how was Christmas?
Great. Good Christmas.
Yeah. It was good for me.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was good. I did something that I never did in my whole entire fucking life. I mean, one time.
I believe congratulations is in order. So
thank you.
Congratulations,
Bubba.
Mr. Triple B himself. Him and the lovely Tammy. They got engaged. So for those of you that don't know, join us in congratulating Bubba and Tammy. Great news.
Thank you.
Wow, I never thought I'd see the day, to be honest. But
you and probably everybody else in the world.
But, not that it means much, but from me. But I'm extremely proud of you.
Thank you.
She's
something else. She's amazing. She backs me up in everything I do. She's a Steeler fan and she loves Star Wars and she's loved MCU.
There you go, baby.
And she's an 80s rock and roll chick. You can't fucking beat that in America.
That's your dream woman right there.
Since the mid 80s. So
that's right.
Dreams do come true.
Checked all the boxes.
That's true. And Bubba, before we got on, Bubba was,
and she's fucking smoking hot. I just want to say that.
But Bubba gave us a little backstory that we didn't know.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
Yeah, please do. It's a good story.
It is a good story. Well, we went to my parents' house because my mom had a little thing for for Christmas, and we were going to Tammy's mom and dad's in a couple hours, and my mom's like, just stop over, Jay, just do whatever. I said, okay, Mom. Well, my dad, because I told my mom that I bought a ring, and my dad let it slip a little bit. She's like, hey, Tammy, how's that ring? I go, holy fuck. And my sister starts fucking gasping like she needs the Heimlich maneuver. She was fucking code blueing it. My nephews are looking around. Vinnie Mac's looking at me like, holy shit. I'm like, okay, everybody, God bless you. Merry Christmas. We got to go. So it didn't catch.
Okay.
My dad's like, well, what the fuck? Nobody tells me anything around here. So yeah, it was okay. But
well, you got to tell the story about how you did it. That's an interesting story too.
Well, I did it.
People don't know that you actually really liked Tammy back in the day.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I had a thing for Tammy in high school. Her sister was dating one of my good friends at the time, and I always helped me out. And then she turned around, and then I did get on one knee and had a ring in the thing, and yeah. So, and then I like to be an attention whore because I like a lot of whatever, but that was not. I didn't have anybody filming it or anything like that. It was just a moment. And this is the after effect. This is the John Madden color commentating of what happened. And God bless Madden, who just passed away. But so it's good. It was great. We're good. And these stories that I tell are very unexpected. And I was so sick to my fucking stomach, guys. I thought I was going to fucking just, I don't know if you guys did this.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I was going to fucking shit all over the place. My stomach was, I was so nervous. I'm like, oh my God. Cause I had some ham. I'm like, oh God, I'm going to die. I can't, my stomach. And the funny part, one of my coworkers, Kelly Elgin and her husband, Mark Elgin, were going to their parents. We're going to Mr. and Mrs. Young's house in Marion Center. And before I actually did it, they fucking beeped the horn and saw me pacing on the fucking porch. So that was funny. So that was my.
But it's funny because it came full circle because Bub proposed on the porch that he initially got turned down.
That I fucked up. Yeah.
Right. So
1 for 2 ain't bad.
Right. So when he says dreams do come true, his dream actually did.
Yeah.
So
yes,
Bubs,
redemption. Yes.
congratulations again.
Yeah, congrats, Bub.
Thank you. Whenever I do it, it'll be the biggest fucking wedding reception that Indiana County ever saw. And I'm gonna party I'm gonna get days and weeks off after that. So.
You need to get married in a red and yellow tux.
Yeah, I agree. You at least need to come out with the boa. You have to.
If she lets me, I will.
I mean, for like your reception, not for the actual like formal wedding.
Oh
but
no,
you gotta.
No.
And both of you could do the pose. You know.
Yeah.
Get her the Mega Powers Miss Elizabeth dress.
Yes. Yes. I wanted the Macho Man tux.
Oh yeah. Well, we're both gonna be clanging and banging in the gym here next week. She's a little nervous, but we're gonna. I need to get in shape. I'm tired of being fucking. I'm tired of eating. These fucking Steeler games make me so fucking heavy. No. It's unreal. So
you got 2 left.
I know.
So after that,
I know.
But
I tell you what, though, I'm still excited for the Spider-Man is making more money than I've ever seen in my entire life.
It hit over the $1 billion mark. So
very happy for that movie.
Yeah, I mean, again, I still think it's, and I was talking to a buddy about this too, and it was funny because he said the exact same thing I did. It's that in my opinion, it's probably the best Marvel trilogy.
Yeah,
Captain America gives it a run for its money.
I love Captain America, but I don't know. I think this as a trilogy. I think to me, again, I'm only speaking for me, not both of you. But to me, I think it was the best trilogy for Marvel.
I still think it was right behind Endgame's, very close.
Oh, I loved Endgame, yeah, for sure. But I'm just saying, as an overall trilogy, I think the 3 movies were really, really good. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw that argument brought up on Twitter, and I was trying to think through that for myself, which one I would put up there. And
it's extremely tough for me, Cable. Not to cut you off, but you know what I mean there, because Spider-Man and Captain America.
Well, the greatest trilogy of them all is, I hate to say it, is the Star Wars the original 3 for me. This could be a close second, but this is.
Return of the Jedi stuck the landing?
I was just going with Marvel, but
I
mean, I'd have to think about.
Well, yeah, that's something we have to think about. But I just thought about it real quick because nothing.
Right.
I mean, I think I favor Star Wars. I love Marvel and DC and stuff like that, but I tend to favor Star Wars.
Well, the MC. Do you guys think the MC with the trilogy of Spider-Man, because that story was consecutively concurrent than any other ones? Like Captain America was only 2. So
they had 3 Captain Americas.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, there's 3. Yeah. The third one almost didn't seem like it was a standard.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it. It feels like an Avengers movie,
right.
but they did anchor it with the Bucky Cap story, which I think they did good amidst everything.
Damn,
but anyway,
a lot of shit.
I don't know where I land on that, but they're both up there, so that's saying something.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, they were great. But hey, real quick before we get into some of that stuff, anybody have any interesting stuff that happened over the holiday besides Bubba? Did anybody get anything good? Anything?
I got a Pickle Rick fucked up.
I saw that, and I don't know who Pickle Rick is, other than what exactly.
I'm telling you.
But he looked like a cool Funko Pop.
Yeah,
I can tell you that.
50 years old and buying fucking toys,
Well, hey,
you're preaching to the choir here, Bubba.
Well, actually, Tammy got that was one of my Christmas gifts.
Oh, she knows you well. That's good. It's a good gift.
One of the gifts I didn't get, and I alluded to it on the last one, the last chapter 14. I thought I was going to wind up with it, and I was wrong. Which it's not a huge deal, but they have a box set of all the Alpha Flight members, other than besides Guardian and Sasquatch, because they already released those. And I put that on my list, and I saw a box of about the same size wrapped, and I thought for sure that was it, and I was going to have a cool unboxing video, and it wasn't it. and I went on Amazon, and it jumped like $100 some from the last time I checked it.
Oh wow!
So got skunked on that one.
So Santa bent you over, huh?
What was that box then anyway? What was that box that you thought was the Alpha Flight members?
It was a Patriots hoodie.
I'd have went with the Alpha.
So Santa really bent you over.
No, Santa took care of me. I can't complain. I got a new electronic drum set, so I'm pretty over the moon about that.
Oh, there you go.
That's a big one.
So well, they actually made a figure of Puck.
Yeah.
Puck, yeah. Man, I like. Yeah, I have a big thing for Alpha Flight. I have.
It was everybody. It was Puck. It was nice. Shaman, Snowbird,
North Star.
Oh, North Star and Aurora, and Vindicator. Ooh. And then they released Guardian and Sasquatch separate. So it would have been the entire team.
I bought Guardian out of all these.
Yeah.
I love
Alpha Flight. I did too.
I can't wait till they make that. That's coming eventually, and that's going to be so cool.
Yeah, because at this point with the MCU, you don't rule anything out.
Well,
yeah, that's true. I mean, eventually they're going to have to keep it going. They're going to have to continue to make it, and so again, they're already getting into the B-sides for me.
Five shows and 5 movies this year they had. I just watched the thing. 5 movies, 5 shows they had, and Moon Knight is probably going to come out right after the Book of Boba Fett.
Okay, I hope so.
Cool.
I think we would have heard about it by now because Boba Fett's only 6 episodes, right?
They're gonna probably April. They'll start advertising.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that's fine.
Don't quote me on this, people, because I really don't. But,
I mean, I look forward to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that they do it for me, just because I want to wake up early and watch it.
What time do you wake up to watch these?
Well, if it's during work, I'm usually up at 5.
Holy fuck!
Because I gotta watch it, shower, get to work, right? But so I enjoy that. So just real quick news flash. I still did not get the Shawn Michaels leather hat, sunglasses, or gloves.
I put it out there.
Santa. It is what it is.
I think at this point we're just gonna have to start a GoFundMe or a Kickstarter or something, and
you're not gonna find them. That's the thing.
Well, you could get the Shawn Michaels hat, gloves, and that, and then maybe you get the belt and do the Cosmo pose.
Well,
that pose has been stolen by the greatest tag team in the world, right, Cable?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yep.
Number 1 on somebody's Triple B limited edition tag teams.
But yeah. So anyway, guys, just before we get into the Book of Boba Fett, any Marvel news going on? Any or just comic book movie news? Anything in general? Anybody know?
Just like I said when I said about the Moon Knight stuff, and Norman Reedus is rumored to play Ghost Rider rumored as of right now.
Which would be a great fit. I think
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think that'd be
a little bit more hillbilly-ish than I would look for, but we'll see.
They can make it work.
I think they'll make it work.
He looks like Johnny Blaze.
Yeah. They could. They can make it work.
Hey, killed zombies. That's why.
What about the X-Men Eternals and Adventures crossover? Did you guys hear?
That's a comic, right?
I'm not sure, actually.
I think, because they used the new X-Men logo from the new X-Men run that started with Hickman last year.
Oh, okay, that's a bummer. I was thinking it was going to be a something.
I saw the headline, and then when I saw the logo, I was like, that's got to be comic related, because for that, something of that size, if it was going to be the movies.
This is the new X-Men. And it's not very good.
What issue is that?
Well, this is issue number 2 because I'm just putting stuff in backboards and I haven't put them in my stuff in chronological order.
So who's in the new X-Men?
The new X-Men, it's Cyclops, Rogue, Jean Grey, some other new guy I don't even fucking know.
I figured there'd be some new faces.
Yeah, Wolverine, was it female Wolverine? And
X-23.
Yeah, Sunfire, which Sunfire doesn't play good with others anyway, and then Polaris.
Polaris.
Polaris, not very good. I'm not real big fan, but I got it because it's X-Men.
Yeah.
I like the
Did
old
they
Cyclops and Nightcrawler, Wolverine, and all that shit.
Did they start the new run over again already? Did they start at 1 again?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's only been like a year.
I know.
They just reboot them. That's why.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with comic books. Okay.
I know.
There's too many and nobody knows where to start. You get lost. You honestly get lost.
See, that's why they do what they did there. Their plan is that if you keep starting over and pumping out with number ones, then that's supposed to lead to more people coming in and not feeling so overwhelmed by all the backlog and back issues. But I don't know. I don't think that's the answer. I don't know what the answer is, but that's not it.
To me, I just get overwhelmed.
I just got it because it was X-Men. It's not the X-Men of Chris Claremont stuff. I mean, that shit was good, but
see, I haven't read a weekly comic in a while, and I jumped on board with the beginning of the Hickman run last year with the House of X and Powers of X, and I really liked that. I thought it was really good, but then as soon as Hickman finished up his part, it just went downhill. But they breathed such a breath, I guess, of fresh air into that series. Like X-Men were getting really stagnant, and then Gary, it's a really cool storyline where it kind of reboots a little bit, and it goes to the forming of the team.
Okay.
But this time around, instead of how like Charles Xavier always wanted to have peace between mutant and humankind, he doesn't want war or anything, but he doesn't let the mutants get pushed around to, let the peace survive. And Magneto and Xavier working together, then Apocalypse it's pretty much all the mutants are working together.
They're on the island.
They use like all their mutant abilities to put the rest of the world pretty much in the palm of their hand and say, we have all these advances that you can't live without. So leave us alone. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It started with 2 10-part series that they were set during different time periods. They jumped around a bunch and then they interweaved with each other. And it was by this really good current comic writer, Jonathan Hickman. He rebooted Fantastic Four a while back and the Avengers, which led to where like all the universes combined now, and kind of like a lot of his stuff is what influenced the MCU's Avengers. And when I saw he was doing an X-Men comic, I was like, I got to read this. And it was great. But here a year and a half later, they already started it over.
They don't last long at all. Like the Immortal Hulk is done and rebooted already. After 50 issues, it was a 1 to 50 storyline, which never ever happens like that. It was 50 issues of the storyline. So you can't go, you have to go get the trade paperbacks because you would go broke trying to buy those. So, and then they do that with Spider-Man.
That's how I collect. Yeah. And it's kind of predicated on just how long the writer or whoever's, in charge creatively wants to stay on. And then they almost get known like I kept referencing Hickman, or like when we were talking about the Hawkeye show and Bubba kept saying the Matt Fraction run of Hawkeye, that's almost, you don't know them by volumes and stuff anymore. You just know who wrote them, like Jason Aaron's Thor and stuff like that. And it's kind of helpful. And I don't really buy single issues. I just buy them in the collected form, like Bubba just said. So,
well, you're a smart man. I wish I could.
It depends how into it I am. And plus, a lot of the stuff I'm reading that I buy in collected form has already been out. It's not current, and I'm just going back and reading stuff that I missed out on.
Well, I think the best stuff is the Star Wars stuff, and the Star Wars stuff is real hot right now. So I'm not even caught up, but the Vader and the Star Wars stuff has been rebooted already like 3 times over. So, and it's still good. So it's all, I mean, they come up with new stuff all the time. So I look and see if something's good. If not, like I'm getting Dark Reign right now, but I haven't even read it yet. So I don't even know about any of it until I read it.
And it's tough because comics have been around as a medium for 90 years now almost. And how do you keep coming up with stories to tell that haven't been told before?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you
But I
got
don't.
to be creative.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But you know, look
But
at Spider-Man. He's going on.
Sometimes it's very simple to tell a story. You don't have to get too much into it. But if they tell a simple story, like there's stories, like I can remember stories from 30 years ago, but I can't fucking tell you guys something I just read fucking 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
I get that. Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah. So, guys, we just what phase are we in now with Marvel? Is it 4?
4.
Okay. Yeah. I was just reading something that Deadpool. They anticipate Deadpool to start creeping his head into the MCU in Phase 5. So
they need to start doing that a little bit sooner because they're letting some time elapse. But realistically, I don't want to be 65 years old and see this shit.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Then Young Avengers Phase 4. So that's coming soon.
Phase 4 is already mapped out, and just logistically, they don't even, they haven't announced anything for Young Avengers.
Yeah.
They haven't done anything with it other than just introduce separate parts. So I wouldn't expect Young Avengers to be for years from now, because
be a while probably.
Phase 4 started this year with with WandaVision, sorry. And so all the TV shows and movies they released this year are Phase 4. I believe everything they're releasing next year, which starts in 3 days, which is crazy. Wait, was my math right there? What? I don't even know what day it is, but in a few days. Anyway, 29. So everything coming out in 2022 is Phase 4, and then depending on who you talk to or hear from, there might be stuff in 2023 connected to it. But it's tough to keep track of because the first phase went from the beginning to Avengers. And I like that because I thought Avengers would be a good bookend for a phase, start the next one over. Well, then Phase 2 ended with Ant-Man, which was a movie after Avengers. Mm-hmm. Then Phase 3 was really bloated. It went from Civil War, Captain America Civil War, which is 2016, the whole way to Spider-Man Far From Home. So that's like 8 movies or something like that in there, 10 movies, whatever it is.
That's a little too much.
Yeah.
It's not too much for me. It's just I don't like the way with how they break it up. It's so uneven. I think they should have just ended them with Avengers, and the next movie should be the kickoff to the next phase. But we got a lot. 2022, we got Moon Knight, Miss Marvel.
She-Hulk. I don't know if the She-Hulk is out then. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah. It's Moon Knight, She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, the TV shows that they've announced so far. And then the movies are Doctor Strange, Multiverse, In the Madness of the Multiverse, Thor, Love and Thunder, and Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
I don't know how that's gonna go.
Well, there was something I think I read. I just read stuff, but half of it I don't even know what they mean. Like maybe it means something to you guys, but they're supposed to Wakanda. They're supposed to go to war with Atlantis.
Submariner's coming, but now it doesn't make any sense without fucking T'Challa. It doesn't make any sense at all to me.
Black Panther was a title that got passed, though.
I know.
So.
Yeah.
But that character is still prevalent. Right now, he's the leader of the Avengers in the comic book, and he's still a big iconic character. And you can't.
Well, I'm sure that's going to change.
I know someone has to play him. Somebody has to play him.
I hope not. I hope they have some kind of memorial to him in film, like at Wakanda, and that you find out he fell in battle or something. They explain it. Maybe you have a flashback to somebody just in the suit.
I don't know.
And, their fallen leader, king, and then you move on. That's how I would want it, my opinion.
I mean, to me, that's the only character the whole career was him. I mean, his sister had it for a brief period of time, and you're looking at 50 years just fucking erased due to the fact because of the actor. I mean, acting.
Yeah.
Shit happens all the time. I mean, look at Christopher Reeve. If he wanted to come back as an older Superman, they couldn't have done it because he got fucked up in that horse thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And they could, and they can't. I mean, and it's just they have like 5 or 6 Supermans. You know,
that's the beauty for me of the MCU. Other than a few incidences where they couldn't help it, there hasn't been recasting. It's all linear, connected storytelling.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's tragic, but I wish they just. I just I don't know how they're going to do it because they can't even they can't incorporate the X-Men with Storm. That marriage is never going to fucking happen. So that storyline is fucking obsolete right now. And,
wait. What's going on with that?
Well, in the comic books.
No, go ahead, Cable.
Just in the comic books, Storm and T'Challa were married.
Oh, okay.
And that would be awesome, but we're so far away from getting a Storm because we're so far away from getting the X-Men that we'd be waiting around forever.
You should get Storm. You should get Storm first and no X-Men. Just Storm because it's in Africa.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah. Though they did say there was they did rumor a director for X-Men. Drawing a blank on his name.
I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't.
Let's see. Trying to see if I can find it.
Happy New Year's, Craig. I'm just reading some stuff while you're looking at stuff.
Happy New Year, man.
Hello, Margaret. Thanks for tuning in.
Is it Josh? Joss
Whedon.
Yes, thank you.
No way. No, that'll never happen.
That's what rumor here.
Well, he directed the first 2 Avengers movies, and now he's canceled because he's a shitty person.
Oh,
and
this was. I'm trying to look at the date of this.
Well, see, he wrote for the X-Men comics for a little bit too. He did Buffy. He did the Buffy TV show back in the day.
Oh, so this is a little bit older.
Oh,
yeah, this is a little bit older. So yeah.
And they're not. Nothing that they've said publicly about X-Men, they're not even ready for a director yet. Before we
get to another topic, I seen a thing where they had a rumor of the Fantastic Four. Have you guys seen this?
Yeah.
Seth Rogen as the Thing.
Oh, no shit. I didn't see that, but I did see the dude from The Office as Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
And then Emily Blunt is Invisible Woman.
No,
yeah, they're married in real life too.
Yeah, they had the guy from Sunny in Philadelphia as Reed Richards.
No way.
Yeah, and they had Rogen. One? They had the one with the brown hair, not the crazy one that points to all the fucking thing and all the names. Not that guy, the other guy.
Okay.
And then they had Seth Rogen as the Thing, and then they had fucking for the Invisible Girl. They had she was married to oh God, shit. I think she was in Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Kristen Bell.
Yeah, she was. And then I can't. And then somebody was Storm, and they were like, "This, they're gonna make it like not what." I was like, "Oh wow, Seth Rogen is a Thing." No way.
No, that's a comedy.
I know, and that's how they were looking at it.
That's fucking ridiculous.
They were looking at it a different way than the actual Fantastic Fours that have been coming out to the movies before.
But that's totally stupid. Different.
I know. I'm just saying. They looked looked at it a different way on how they could portray it because they're going to be in Quantumania supposedly, and they already had it's some rumor thing, which these rumors guys true on the rumor mill.
People just put this stuff out there to get hits and clicks and everything like that.
Well, I wish we had some. Well, maybe we get some clicks and hits and likes. Bubba, Seth Rogen is going to be the Ben Grimm. So there we go.
I would rather us get clicks and hits and likes off of our personalities and realism as opposed to putting bullshit out there, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't. That would be terrible. That'd like to be.
That'd be awful.
It'd be like the Roger Corman Fantastic Four, which I've never seen.
It might make that one look better.
Maybe
it's on YouTube. Yeah. The full movie's on YouTube.
I tried one time to get it, and it was blacked out or something. I don't know if I wanted to waste all my whole day watching it though.
What did you guys think of The Matrix?
I liked it. I'm glad you brought that up. I forgot because I was like, what are we going to talk about tonight other than Book of Boba Esp?
I didn't not like it, but I did not love it.
It wasn't good.
I you know,
I'm glad I watched it on HBO Max.
Yeah. Interesting concept. Is it being a game, and I don't know. The ending, kind of like them just flying away. I mean,
it wasn't really a game. That was just the Matrix,
right?
But
it's a cool concept of what they did there. I didn't mind that.
Doogie Howser was a bad.
Yeah, well,
what I did like about it, or this would be my main argument, I suppose, because it seems like I'm the one that liked it the most, and I didn't know how I felt about it at first, but I sat on it for a while and thought it over, but it didn't do anything I expected it to do. And I ended up liking that. Like if they would have just brought everybody back and just did the same things over again, I probably would have been excited about it a little bit and had some nostalgia and everything from it. Because, the first trailer didn't sell me on it, but you can watch that on the official YouTube. I wasn't, real big on the first trailer. And then the second trailer came out, and actually I was excited for it after that. So, I liked it. There were things I didn't like about it.
No fucking Larry Fishburne. And and the girl with the blue hair was Colleen Wing off of Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Oh, right. You're right. That's right. I forgot about that.
And I think she took that role because she wanted to be sure she wants to be Colleen Wing in the MCU, but they don't have anything for her, so she went and took this Matrix role. Because
they offered her a role. They offered her Shang-Chi's sister that's running the underground fight club and, the movie. They offered her that role, and she turned it down just in the off chance that they would ever roll in the Netflix character. She wants to portray Colleen Wing, which is admirable. Because at that time, you're talking about a movie that they started making maybe in 2019.
No,
not 2019. It's maybe in 2020, maybe early 2021.
Those characters could come back, though. Those characters.
They could. But, that's great foresight on her part because, now we already know Kingpin's here, Matt Murdock's here. But there was none of that back then, and just that she's so attached to the character that she would turn down a chance to be in a feature movie. That's kudos to her.
Speaking of, you said Netflix and then Kingpin and Matt Murdock. I started watching Daredevil. And actually, I realized that I did watch the first season already. I just forgot.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I don't know. I really liked it. It's great. Like.
I thought I remembered us talking about it.
Yeah,
back when it came out.
So I did watch the first season. It's just coming back to me now. But I know I didn't watch 2 or 3. There's 3, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I watched 3. I don't think I did.
I did. But, it was all good.
It's badass. Wow. Like I'm like, shit. I can't believe I forgot about all this.
But he's going to be. Cox is going to be a watered down version a little bit of what they saw on Netflix. And
so is Kingpin.
I don't know. I mean,
they just can't show all that violence.
Yeah. They can't, like when he's snapping her neck in the because the Punisher is going to be so watered down, it's not even be worth watching.
And just like the Kingpin, he was like, he crushed a guy's head in a car door. You can't do that on Disney Plus.
And Berthenol might not fucking want to do it because it'll get away from the character that he portrayed on Netflix, and maybe he doesn't want to do it, so they'll have to get somebody
I think you can do it without the gratuitous violence, and I say that, and I sound like I'm being judgy. I'm not. I loved it, but you like people get shot in the MCU. Like you see people get murked in the MCU. It's just not as gory. So I think that they still might do that.
I don't know if he'd want to do that because it'll take away from the arc of what he did.
Yeah,
and if he doesn't play it, I don't know who they're going to get because he was fucking.
Yeah, I think he needs to stay on board, and I think he's expressed how attached to the character he is. I think he would want to stick with it just because it's a chance to play him more.
Yeah,
even if it's not.
It's almost like they need like some of these series not to be on Disney Plus, like
like Hulu
or something. You know what I mean? To where they can.
Well,
but I mean,
I'm
Daredevil's pretty wicked.
Yeah, Daredevil's badass, and I'm in the minority here. I'm sure of it. So I'm sure you guys have a different opinion. I know, like, superhero comic book Twitter does. I don't.
Who the hell's that?
I don't. It's just, one of the most toxic fan bases out there, other than wrestling Twitter community.
Well, besides, you got MCU Twitter, you got fucking wrestling Twitter, and then you got fucking Steelers Twitter. So I'm telling you, I'm in all
comic Twitter in general is really bad. But I don't want to see.
Bad.
Yeah,
which sucks because I just want to watch this stuff and have fun. Like I don't need to be brought down by the drama of it. Like I just let me enjoy it. If I enjoy it, great. If I don't, then I don't.
But I don't want to see it on any other platforms, and I don't like. I guess I'm going to contradict myself here because one of the reasons I like the Eternals is because how it felt a little bit different. And there's people that complain that all Marvel movies feel the same. I want that because they're all in a universe together with each other. They should feel the same. Like they should feel like, I don't want all these different tones and colors of portrayal of stuff where they don't feel like they fit with each other. I want them all.
I didn't think it felt the same though.
Well, that's where I'm kind of, like I said, I'm contradicting myself because Eternals doesn't. But like, if you're to put these shows, like that's why I don't like the Netflix shows so much because they just don't. They're not canon to MCU and they don't fit with the MCU feel. And I am attaching myself to the MCU more than I am Netflix shows. So, for my personal taste and opinion,
Eternals felt like a superhero Marvel like movie, but I mean, it wasn't completely off. I just felt. It was just a different story than we're used to. It's not your typical.
The way they made the film was what separated it for me. That and like the pacing of it, which we talked about when we talked Eternals,
but I think they could bring it. I think they could bring it into something else.
Oh, they absolutely could
easily do that.
Yeah, they absolutely could. I just like when I watched Netflix Daredevil. The MCU was just right. It was just starting to get on a roll. It wasn't quite the juggernaut. Like it had Avengers, but you were just a year removed away from Guardians and Captain America Winter Soldier, and that was when they really hit their hot streak. But it just feels so different that
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was supposed to be in MCU, and that wasn't the first 2 years. Even though when Coulson come back and they had like Lady Sif and all that.
Very
stuff,
first episode had Nick Fury.
Yeah, that was, and Nick Fury was in that in another episodes after that. So that shit should be canon just the same. So
yeah, well, this is where it all that hits a speed bump. Why it's not is because Kevin Feige didn't have anything to do with that TV show.
Well, I mean, it was that last season. That last season was probably the best fucking Marvel shit. In a lot better. It was good because it was all time travel.
Well,
I didn't even watch it at that point.
Why didn't he have anything? Like, why can't they get on the same page at this point?
Well, they are now.
Okay.
What happened then is the head of Disney and the head of ABC Marvel Television were two different people, and Kevin Feige wasn't the head of anything at that point.
I think it was Jeff Loeb. Was it Jeff Loeb was a TV guy?
Yes.
And Feige was
him and Kevin Feige didn't get along. So they would do things to antagonize each other almost and make sure that they couldn't combine everything. Yeah. But now Feige is the head of all Marvel stuff. He's the head of comics, video games, everything. That? He is the top Marvel guy.
That's awesome.
Well, he could do a better job on the comics because reading them, they're not.
Well, you got to give them time, I guess.
There's more of a recent development.
Get them all on the same page, and
I think comics are just a whole mess that nobody has the answer to.
Well,
there's so much of it, and
same could be said for Star Wars. I mean, they all need to get on the same page too with a lot of things.
Well,
let Favreau run it all, and the other guy, what's his name?
Filoni.
Yeah,
the Star Wars comics are phenomenal. they're just the same as the movies and same as the programs and same as whatever. It's
Well, hopefully
and
they're not the same as the movies.
well,
Or
not
some of the movies.
not the newer movies. Everything is
Yeah.
right after Empire Strikes Back in this new Star Wars volume. Right
Nice.
after Empire Strikes Back. So
Well, is it who like are they all lining up to Favreau and Filoni, or like how does that work? Is it Kathleen or?
I seen her name today, so I was like just shaking my head. So I mean, it's still good. The Darth Vader's when it started has been one of the best comics, volume 1, 2, and 3 of anything I have. And I have a lot. I mean, realistically, he's been trying to kill the Emperor the whole time, and he just doesn't have. He's not powerful enough. He's badass, but he's just not powerful enough to take out the Emperor. You know, and you know, now with you know, the Book of Boba Fett, and now Boba Fett is a big time character now back in the Star Wars comics.
Yeah, so let's get into that a little bit here. You know, I got up not super early this morning.
You got up earlier than me.
Earlier enough, and I was able to watch it. And then again, I watched it during Dylan's nap today. Yeah, I mean, I don't know where they're going to go with this in 7 episodes. I thought it was a decent start. So basically, just kind of set the stage here. You know, I'm gonna bust out the IMDb rating for this was an 8.5 out of 10 for the Book of Boba Fett episode 1.
It should have been a 9.5 because nobody knew what the fuck he's been in the Sarlacc pit since 1983.
and the opening scene of him in there.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I mean? That was a really cool scene. Yeah, I mean, and then you see the stormtrooper, you know, with his helmet basically attached in there because it takes years and years for them to actually like digest it, I guess.
Yeah.
It was right after he went in. It was right after he went in, maybe a couple hours later or
because the ships crashed right outside the Sarlacc. So I think it was like the same day maybe or something like that, but I think a little bit of time had passed.
Yeah, or a week or something because there wasn't
but not much.
Not much.
Right. Though that scene was awesome, but basically to kind of set the stage again, it's basically Boba Fett. He's navigating through the underworld, the galaxy. Basically, he returns to Tatooine to stake their claim on the territory that was formerly ruled by Jabba the Hutt, or you know,
Bib
Fortuna. Yep. Bib Fortuna. So that's kind of where we're starting, and I like the way they did it to where they explained what happened to him in that previous time, like he's having the dreams, and then he wakes up, and he's like the dreams are back. So I thought that was cool.
Getting to see Camino again.
Oh yeah.
That was awesome. And the best effects we've ever seen Camino portrayed with, because the last time we saw it was 2002, and it was a little dated, but that was awesome.
But no, I thought it, like I said, it's a good start. It really is. There was a couple of things I felt were a little off.
What did you think was off?
The guy that was you know, when they come bearing gifts, and the guy that, what was he not like? He didn't want to.
Oh, he was a
mayor's.
He was a motherfucker.
Representative.
Yes, thank you. The voice like just sounded really weird and off, and it just didn't fit. Like it was weird. It was weird dialogue.
He was being an ass, and that's the antagonist. His boss is going to be the major antagonist of this show.
I liked it, but now that you say that, like, I don't know if that was his voice being off was what drew me to it or whatever, but it didn't feel very Star Wars.
It did not at all. It did not, because you know, Star Wars is very like slow and melodic almost. Like it's not like a very, like, they're not talking randomly fast paced at, you know, speed of light. Like, and I felt that he was. It wasn't a very calm voice, like demeanor voice. It was just weird. It just didn't fit. But you're right, Bubs. To your point, I think that's going to be the case. And I think
one of the cases, because he was just being a condescending prick.
Yes.
The Boba Fett.
Yeah.
But I also think that the lady that they talked to him and Fennec in the bar scene.
Do you know who that was? You know who that was?
Jennifer Beals.
Yeah.
Flashdance. Boy,
Yeah.
she's smoking hot in Flashdance.
She was. Well, she still looked
Smoking
all right.
hot, yeah.
Even as an alien.
Yeah, I would have never put that together if I didn't see her name.
But again, I think something up there as well with her.
I couldn't tell she was being sincere or not.
Yeah, I don't think, because you notice she took their helmets and then she put the coins in there. After the fact, they would have never had any problems fighting those guys off with the shields if they would have had the helmets on. It was full of coin. He couldn't get his helmet. That, and she asked if he wanted to wash the green guy, the pigs.
The guards.
Yeah, so those are that's their protection. That was part of their protection. So if he were going to wash them, they probably weren't coming back, or at least there would have been something off. So
I didn't even think of that.
There's something up with her in that whole thing. But Fragrant Dan came back. He's in there. He wasn't with the model nudes, but he was playing with the blue elephant. So that was cool.
They got a robot now too. Yeah,
the robot's in there who's actually in Galaxy's Edge.
But do you think? Look, Boba Fett has to sit. Fett has to sit in some kind of chamber, just like Vader has to sit in a chamber, because he was probably so dehydrated because being out in the desert with the sand people.
Yeah.
And that little bastard sand people kid, I'd have beat the living bejesus out of him.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Is that the same machine that Heinz Ward used to kick it in? Is that with the what was that called? The hyper
chamber or something.
Yeah, I keep saying hyperbolic, but that's not it.
Because he's getting water into his skin because he's probably so dehydrated from being out there. He has to replenish his because he's so dehydrated. I mean, this face and his skin, he was out there with no protection.
Well, you notice it's better because he was in the chamber. It's not as scarred and stuff. So that's
because some time went by also.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, this takes place after Mandalorian season 2, so
it's 2.5. 2.5. It's right after Solo was on the ship. Boom, right after that. That's what they say. They said it was 2.5. It was Mandalorian.
But not the current storyline.
On TV right now.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
It can't be because he got his armor back, and he didn't get his armor back till the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Right after the season 2 of the Mandalorian.
Right.
Yeah.
From the Mandalorians after Return of the Jedi. I think it's telling two different stories. It showed him in the Sarlacc pit, but I think the majority of it is after Mandalorian.
The fucking Jawas fucking beat him up and took his shit.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why he didn't have it.
They're showing the flashback to what happened to him after the Sarlacc pit.
Right.
Nobody knew. Everybody's like, how did he return? So they're telling that story.
Yeah, that's the story they're telling because
But with him, once he's on the throne and in power, that's after Mandalorian.
That's right after Solo rescued them out of Moff Gideon's ship. That's right after that, like a little right after that, when he went down and he took over the Jabba over Bib. That right after that. That's just, they said it's 2.5. It's part of the Mandalorian storyline, but the Mandalorian's not in there. It's like right after.
Right.
Boom. There it is.
Yeah.
I wonder if he'll show up at all in this.
He might.
I'm thinking maybe towards the end.
Because he's going to need some help because he don't have any fucking help. I don't think he's going to have help. I think it's just going to be the four of them, and if he gets somebody else, because Jabba had a big gang. Boba Fett does not have a big gang. It's just fucking him and fucking May from the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. She's badass. You know?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. And two fucking security officers of
Fennec?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The other thing that bothered me real quick, Bubs, before you
go ahead.
In there.
I'm sorry.
Was it the ninjas?
Yes, where they were chasing her. God, I couldn't stand that. It looked like acrobats. that was so lame. Like they're spinning around so elegantly. Like, stop. This is Star Wars. Just don't be so
It was a circus.
Yeah. That's not the
They
way
were ninjas.
work.
They were straight up ninjas.
Gosh, it was annoying.
Well, they were getting their asses beat. Boba Fett was getting his ass
That's
beat.
hilarious that you pinpointed that.
But
I thought, that's what I was thinking.
he's got to keep his helmet on. Keep the helmet on.
When you fill it with coin, you're going to get screwed. I'm telling you, there's something about that.
Put the coins in your
Yeah,
pocket.
I never thought of that.
Maybe she'll give him a flash dance or something.
You just did it on purpose. But I don't really know what this is leading to. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
So, it's got to be. It's almost got to be a tie-in to something else. Obviously, I think it has to be. Why else would? I mean, it's cool to tell the story of an iconic character, because honestly, Boba Fett. I liked him. I've always liked him back in the day, and it was like, well, and I think it was the mystique of him because he didn't have a lot of time.
He didn't say no.
It's like, well, what about that guy who has the helmet that's like the stormtroopers, but he's way cooler?
Yeah, behind Vader, he had the coolest look in all of Star Wars. Yeah.
So I was always intrigued by him, and I'm like, I like that. I like him.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're going with this. I don't know if you guys heard anything, but
no. I mean, I think the main point of it, which I'm sure it's going to be like the MCU and everything. They're gonna, have this entire. You got Obi-Wan Kenobi, you got Mandalorian season 3, everything. But I think the main purpose is exactly what you said, Gary. They want to give some shine to this character that had been, everybody loves, like you said, everybody, gravitates towards him because he's got the cool look, he's got the cool ship, everything that was cool about him in Empire. But it was such a small taste. So I think they just want to give people more time with that character. I think the actor that's playing him, that played Django, just loves the character. He
does, I don't necessarily think he's a great actor. He's
I don't think he needs to be either. Though.
Well, he does in this. He's much better with his helmet on.
Yes,
right. Perfect. He can do action, but as an actor, like I felt like some of the pieces in this without the helmet, he was almost corny.
Boba Fett was never supposed to take his helmet off anyway, and now they're getting a little bit of more freedom now because the Mandalorian took his helmet off, and now it to me it just keep the helmet on the whole time because it just makes it look like Boba Fett's fighting skills need some practice because he was getting the shit kicked out of him the whole show.
Yeah,
which I wonder how old he's supposed to be.
Yeah,
because we never know his age or anything. Who knows how old he was in Empire and everything like that. Yep. He's got some more years on him. But
that's right. So... That's right after Empire. 7 years after Empire.
Jedi. Because he went into the Sarlacc pit in Jedi.
Okay. I'm sorry.
So 7 years after.
I keep fucking up all the time on the show. 7 years after Jedi.
Okay.
It doesn't matter, Bubba. You got the charisma, so we just follow your lead anyway.
No.
You're the whole effing show.
No, I mess up all the time because every time I say something, I mess up, and I'm like,
well, you're
7 years.
You're
Mr. BBB.
Right? 7 years after Jedi.
Right. So however old he was in Empire, and then you add on the gap between Empire in Return of the Jedi, which wasn't much, but
so he was with the Sand People for a long fucking time.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. But he gained the respect of the Sand People.
Yeah, because he beat the double four-armed fucking lizard guy.
Yeah.
That was cool though.
Which was cool to see because it kind of ties in a little bit with the Mandalorian with the big sand monster thing that they had.
That was an interesting feature. What was oh my god. I can't think of anything either, Bubba. What was the guy from Mortal Kombat? Starts with a G.
Yeah.
Gorgo or something.
Yeah. Like a distant cousin or something.
Yeah,
but then he also was like a Minotaur because then he would plop down on the forelegs. That was cool. I liked it.
He was hot. He was buried. I mean, you didn't even know the damn thing was there.
But how badass?
Cool.
How badass do the Tusken Raiders look? Like they are like. I mean, you look at them; they look way. I mean, of course, they look better now, but they look awesome. I'm like,
they were always menacing in the Star Wars genre, and also with Boba Fett, guys. He has a different type of thing with the Sand People than Anakin did because Anakin just went in and wiped them all the fuck out.
Yeah,
I mean that's after they killed his mom, but he just didn't have he had a heart of black dark coal and just wiped out. I mean, Anakin killed a lot of kids. Let's put it this way. I mean, he killed a lot of kids.
Except Grogu.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were.
Did you ever see that blooper?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see that blooper with Ewan McGregor and Natalie Portman?
Yeah.
Did you ever see that, Bubba?
No.
It's from episode 3. It's one of those scenes where Obi-Wan's talking to Padme and he's telling her about, everything Anakin has done. And he just cannot get over the line where he says he even killed younglings. And I guess just because of how ridiculous it is, he keeps laughing, which is a terrible line. But every time he gets to it, because once you break the seal, it's hard to not laugh.
Right.
And he's got like so many takes of him trying to get this line out.
I'm telling you, I mean, Anakin killed a lot of kids.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay, so there's the Tusken Raiders there, and you had the flashback. You saw Camino, and you saw from Attack of the Clones him picking up his dad's helmet, which his dad's head should have fell out.
Mace
right. Yeah.
I wonder.
Mace Windu is still alive somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he's somewhere.
They're doing the Kenobi show, so but they're not going to be. I don't think they're going to connect them because Kenobi takes place right after Episode 3. But you're getting into that lore now.
But Vader's Hayden Christensen's going to play Vader in that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have. I believe that they're going to have in Obi. They're going to have the Darth Maul Obi-Wan conflict.
God, I hope so.
But also too,
I hope so.
But also too, to get back to Boba Fett was, and I don't know, I know you guys maybe watched the Bad Batch. The Bad Batch.
I haven't.
Fucking Boba Fett's. What's the bounty hunter's name? My brain's.
I'm drawing a blank too.
Well, May from Agents of Shield was the animated character in the Bad Batch. She was they have that character in the Bad Batch as a bounty hunter.
Oh, okay.
So that is connected, and the season 2 of the Bad Batch is going to be something.
Oh, you're talking about Fennec.
Yeah.
Yes. I can't remember.
I forget her. It's Fennec Shand.
I'm gonna I gotta have my phone or whatever. I can't remember.
Well, half the names you can't even pronounce. So
no.
Yeah, I have trouble too because you guys are more into the Star Wars lore than I am.
I can't pronounce
by a long shot, but
I'm dyslexic, so
I'm just stupid. So it is what it is.
Sometimes too many shots.
I don't know. You've been pretty on point with all your Star Wars tonight.
Because that character is also, I believe, Boba Fett's sister.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's what they were alluding to.
But also, too, they could have alluded to that maybe into the TV show, maybe. Because
they could.
Character, they could. I'm not saying. But you heard it here first. I don't know, but
they still got to tie it into the Mandalorians, which that's why I think we're going to see him.
He's going to have to help him out because for a crime lord, he ain't got fucking nobody.
He's trying to roll with respect.
Yeah,
you heard that.
You can't.
And he's starting over. Right, he's starting over, and he's trying to do it that way. That makes it that much harder.
No.
So in the next Mando, that's going to be about
the Dark Saber.
The Dark Saber, and probably what's the Mandalorian Wars revolving the Dark. There's a special name for it.
I can't remember. But Maud Gideon will be he'll be someone. Yeah, he'll be there. I don't know. But it's a year away.
Hopefully not.
They're filming it, but it won't be out till it won't be out till maybe Christmas. So it'll be about a year away, Christmas.
Which, that could also tie into the Knights of the Old Republic, because the Mandalorian Wars were also in that, I believe.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that the old stuff I don't know. A lot of the old legend stuff and the new stuff and concurrent stuff. There's a lot of stuff, man. I never read a novel.
I read some of the Knights or the Old Republic.
Okay.
But criminy, I can't even remember that I watched the first season of Daredevil. So to remember something I read, but I would love to see, Revan,
With Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves.
Well, that was who was rumored.
Hey, that's old stuff. But
yeah,
Kathleen Kennedy's a bitch. So
well, yeah.
I liked it because I got to see what he did out of the. I mean, you guys don't understand because I'm like a year older than you guys. But
right
when I saw Return, I saw Return to the Jedi when it happened and fucking Fett going down the Sarlacc pit. I never would have thought ever in my wildest dreams, besides getting engaged, never in my wildest dreams that Boba Fett, you would see what happened in the Sarlacc pit and how Boba Fett got out. Never.
Yeah, just the imagery of seeing what the inside of that pit looked like.
And it was so good. It was so good.
Yeah.
I was 12 fucking years old when he fucking got eaten up. Now I'm 50 years old. I'm 50 years old, and I saw him get out of the Sarlacc pit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, your math isn't adding up there, Bubba, because I'm not 49 years old, buddy.
Huh?
You said you're a year older than us.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was like, damn, I went to Marion Center. I know I can't fucking add.
I'm really disappointed in myself that I can't remember the name of the warriors.
I'm sorry.
Mandalorian.
We've just been so steeped in Marvel lore lately that Star Wars stuff is on the back burner.
Well,
when you go back and forth, it's tough.
Yeah. You know, hopefully I don't get kicked off the show, but
like
I kind of, if it wasn't for us doing this episode tonight,
War of the Bounty Hunters.
That's number 15, though. That's a Star Wars.
Okay.
But I also have the Knights of the High Republic.
That's the new stuff, which I would have loved to have read, but I just know I'm never going to get to it.
Not very good.
He's talking older lore.
I'm talking about the Old Republic, which that's what they're making. And technically, like I said, the Mandalorian, if it's all around the Darksaber, that ties into these wars. And I'm trying to figure out what the name of the
I think I have some old stuff from Dark Horse. See, Dark Horse used to write a lot of Star Wars stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I remember when I was growing up.
Is that who does
Dark Horse? No, that's Image.
Okay, what's the big one on Dark Horse?
Dark Horse,
or it used to be.
Dark Horse didn't they have Witchblade?
Maybe.
Maybe they had Predator.
They had Barbed Wire.
Yeah. Hellboy.
Hellboy, that's it.
Hellboy.
That's the one.
Yep.
But yeah, if it wasn't for us doing this episode tonight, I don't know if I would have watched the Book of Boba Fett today. Just because I haven't watched That's why I said you guys might kick me off here. I haven't watched Star Wars in so long, and just I haven't watched much of it. Like they released that one trailer, and I've recorded a reaction for it, and I didn't put it up because I just didn't have much to say from it. Like the trailer didn't do a lot for me. And then, 5 minutes in, I'm on the edge of the couch like I was for Mando. There's something about it. I was like, because I'm full steam ahead with MCU right now, Spider-Man and everything.
Oh, you got to veer off. You got to.
There's going to be a cool down period because we don't have anything for MCU for a while. So it's perfect time for this.
Cable admitted that he can only focus on like two things at a time. So football and Marvel.
I got wrestling, but I don't know why. But
I think my football season's going to end pretty soon here anyway. So
yours and ours both. So.
Well,
but
I'm thinking about going Monday night game to see Big Ben play. I don't know yet. I haven't decided.
Ooh,
I don't know. Tickets are going for like $100. I can get them, but also too, I like to watch it in front of my TV. And it's going to be an emotional night for me anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do a Brew Crew Steeler review. I mean, this whole year has been a roller coaster ride, but it's been the last 5 years of mediocrity. And I'm tired of mediocrity. Like sometimes
you got to hit rock bottom.
This is rock. I believe this is rock bottom with people averaging 200 yards run against us. I'm guessing.
Yeah, because honestly, that Kansas City game could have been worse.
That Kansas City game was they put their foot off the pedal. I know we're getting off but we're almost wrapping up.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Gary's reading right now, so
yeah. I'm trying to figure out the name of the war. So,
but also too, it's same as your team, Cable. Your second string is people that contribute. Where Pittsburgh's second string does not fucking contribute.
Yeah,
and they didn't have. They held Hill to 19 yards 19 yards, but we couldn't stop the run. And we knocked out their number one running back with a fucking collarbone injury, and we still fucking couldn't do anything.
Yeah, because you did. And part of that Tyreek Hill having that small of amount of yards is because they didn't need to throw the ball.
No, they're running the ball because our defense is the worst run defense I have ever seen. And when you got Joe Green bitching, you got Rocky Blyer like,
they're all
And see what's crazy, even though I'm not a fan, I'm not a hater either, but I'm not a fan, but I live in the area. I put on, Madden on the drive home, and on the morning end, I'm listening to whoever's on the 93.7 in the morning. But the national media is so off base with what they think the Steelers are compared to what the Steelers actually are. And the Steelers defense, the national media, dude, when they lost to the Bengals the second time, they were like, where's the Iron Curtain? Or the Steel Curtain. Jesus Christ. But they're like, where's the Steel Curtain? I was like, dude, the Steel Curtain hasn't been here for like 5-6 years. Like, it hasn't been as bad as it is now.
It hasn't been since Casey Hampton been a nose tackle.
Right. They've been slowly degrading. And then like on ESPN last week, Dan Orlovsky, that famed quarterback for the Lions that ran out of the back of the end zone, said that Tomlin should be up for Coach of the Year award.
Every like Tony Romo says, I don't mind Tony Romo. I know Bubba bitches about him, but Tony Romo and them keep saying like he's how great of a coach he is. Everybody in national media thinks he's great.
That's what I mean. Nobody's paying attention to what's really going on in the day in and out operations and stuff. Right. Exactly. And partially, that's not their fault. They're the national media. They got to pay attention to every team, but that's just, they're not doing their due diligence, and they're not recognizing how bad it really is. But when we, see it every day and every Sunday and Monday and Thursday and sometimes Tuesday or Wednesday,
right,
it's worse than what they make it out to be. And, like Bubba said, this year is
bad.
Even worse. Like, it's been a gargantuan step down from the last few years.
I just feel bad because I don't know when the next time the Steeler fans are going to see a quarterback of what has transpired, because it took 26 years from Bradshaw to get to Ben. We had a lot of people in the middle. Cordell Stewart was okay, but not as good as he could have been. And that was Cowher's miscue. But also, too, I've never seen a coach in the Steeler organization fucking leave before the season's over. Like, that fucking line coach fucking rolled out because, he's getting paid more. And the guy that we have behind him actually coached again for Atlanta in the Super Bowl. So he probably had more of a pedigree than the guy that they just hired, but they hired from within because they don't want anybody they don't want anybody telling fucking Tomlin what's going on, because it's all Mike's fucking way or the highway.
Right. And, he's the de facto GM.
He's fucking terrible.
Colbert's there or whatever. But
I think Colbert might be on his way out too after Ben's done here.
I
would like to see Ben when Ben retires and be like this, and then you get a fucking full candid interview on how Matt Canada's offense wouldn't fucking fly. I tried to tell him, he didn't listen. And Ben tells them all, like, look, you know what? Fuck you guys. He's not going to do that. No, he's not. I would. But fuck you.
I mean, how many offensive line coaches did he go through? You know what I mean?
They went through a lot.
He's gotten a lot of offensive coaches fired. Let's put it that way.
If they didn't get rid of some of them, he would have been dead anyway, because he was getting fucking killed. Like, now
Ben would have got killed. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got 40 sacks, almost 40 sacks.
Well, Bruce Arians is one of them.
Yeah, I wasn't a big Bruce Arians fan.
He loved him because he was all throw.
I like Ken Wisenhunt, and I got bashed for not liking Bruce, and then Bruce fucking got out of Dodge and then got to be a fucking Super Bowl winning coach. So
they forced him to retire.
Yeah, they forced everybody to retire. They're
right.
I mean,
but like you said, look what happened. Who was the Super Bowl head coach last year?
Yeah,
last season. This year,
he might get back in if they fucking play their cards right.
Why not?
I don't.
Yeah, know. I mean, you can't count him out. And I know he's got Brady and a bunch of weapons, but that's what you need to do.
Now,
well, I just saw that Aaron Rodgers. I just saw that Aaron Rodgers might retire next year.
Well, he'll retire so he can go somewhere else.
He's not coming to Pittsburgh, and people.
No, he's not. But I tell you
crazy.
what, he keeps flirting with it. He's even flirting with it in interviews.
He just shot it down the other day.
That line would
he was asked up front about it, and he said, "It, I love Tomlin. I'll say that. You asked me my opinion of Tomlin. I like him, but I'm not going there.
Yeah, because he'll get killed.
Why would he? There's no line. There's no weapons. Right? Yeah, it's a buyer's market if you're, a big quarterback.
He has weapons. He just don't have a line, and he does not going to have much of a defense either.
He could go to New Orleans.
I don't know. I don't think Steelers got much in the way of receivers. Like, they don't get separation. They don't.
I don't. Well, maybe you're right there. But I don't think. To be honest with you, Ben's not what he used to be. He throws high.
That's true.
He throws low.
The only receiver that they have got 2 fucking concussions.
Well,
that's not good. And Najee Harris will get over 1,000. He should have 1,200 yards because he's fucking like they couldn't even give fucking Najee 100 yards against the Chiefs to make any type of bright spot. He was starting to run because they fucking they could run. Whatever, gets the stats up, get him a fucking 100-yard game because he hasn't had one.
I worry that he's going to get killed if they keep running him too much because of that offensive line's that bad.
They need to sign 2 tackles and go draft a center and move Kedrick Green to fucking guard where he belongs.
Yeah, he's.
But Ben did look. He's 5th in all-time passing right now. No one's he gets two Super Bowl victories and been to the game 3 times.
Yeah.
They didn't fucking if AB wouldn't have fucking went off the deep end, but we still didn't have a defense.
Well, Bell and AB both.
Yeah. Well, that was fucking. Look, you got to fucking have a coach that fucking is like, shut the fuck up, get in the huddle, and shut your fucking mouth. They don't do that. They can't do that anymore because now it's a business and whatever. So I mean, it's sad. I'll always be bitching about it, and I've been bitching since we didn't draft Dan Marino too.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, I think there was a lot of years wasted.
Yeah, and we couldn't beat your fucking team because we were out coached. Because I guarantee the time
we built our team to beat the Ravens is what we built our team around. We didn't build them to beat the Patriots. Right?
Yeah, but
just like the Ravens and Cincinnati built their teams and Cleveland. Though they're still, but
we're beating them Monday night.
They built their teams to build us or to beat us. So it's like
you can't have fucking somebody receiver who's a TikTok and Facebook and fucker go up. We're gonna fucking have your coach fucking's like we're going up to New England and kick their fucking ass, and then you have it and it's all fucking it's billboard material, and then we get our asses beat 55 to fucking whatever. Nah, you can't have that. Well, I'd have fucking bitch slapped him in the next week. I still think that's the fucking that was the start of all the bullshit right there.
I think Johnson's was probably the best receiver that they have. Though I think his play has suffered because Juju's not around. You know what I mean? So
they'll sign Juju another year because I think Juju. I don't like the TikTok shit, but Juju is good for the Pittsburgh community of what he does for charity. And
I mean, he's going to be a good number 2 or number 3 receiver. Dude, he's not going to be number 1.
And you might as well get used to it because all these kids coming out of college are going to be the exact same way. Video gaming, TikToking, whatever. It's just the culture. It's just the way it is.
Well, then they
just like your Steelers of the old used to, snort crack. I mean, it's just it is what it is. It's what it is, bro.
That was Joe Gill. That was Joe Gill.
Nobody on the Patriots TikToking. But anyway,
well, Belichick has, I mean,
he's got a torture.
No, yeah.
Belichick has it under wraps. You have to give Devil his due. There's no issues coming out of there.
No. And I'm sure there are issues.
Hernandez or whoever his name is.
Yeah. But, I'm sure there are issues, but they're swept under the rug. They don't see the light of day.
And that's the way it should be. Nobody should know the shit that goes on in your football team besides the fucking players. And it shouldn't get out like that. You shouldn't. You keep everything in house. That's the same as
But I think where there's a big issue. And, obviously the line and things like that. And then I don't know if Matt Canada sucks, but he's not the offensive coordinator for Ben.
No.
His offensive style doesn't fit Ben.
He would be better with a mobile quarterback.
Right.
He's better getting the fuck out of the press box and down on the fucking field. And
it's harder to take a nap on the side of the field.
I can't remember what he did at Pitt. I can't remember.
He was good at Pitt.
Yeah, but I don't know if he was up top or if he was on the field. I can't remember.
He ain't gonna. They're gonna get rid of him. He's gonna be a scapegoat.
Probably.
And he should be. They got to get rid of Keith Butler too, because why pay him, because he don't do nothing anyway.
Well, they got to find another sheep then that's going to do whatever.
Well, Tomlin, it's going to be. Woo! It's going to be Tomlin.
It's going to be an interesting offseason.
Yeah.
He just makes me mad.
Yeah. Well.
And I'll talk about it on my show when I'm doing it with Cleveland, because there's a whole bunch of stuff, and I probably talked about it here. But I mean, there's two games to go, and it's the end of 18 years. So,
well, I mean, you talked about it here, but in your show, you can tell little kids to F off and get away with it.
Now, Gary, did you find out the name of the war?
I did.
He was a Brady fan.
I'll look it up.
He was a Brady fan.
Yeah. Then he can F off. Gary.
I was told that I amused. He was amused because
that's good. That's the business you're in.
Yeah, I guess. I need to start doing some more. I need to start trying to. This is a hard business, man.
Mr. Entertainment Tonight, Mr. BBB.
Yeah.
But I'll get you the name of the war. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, though I think they're off to a good start with the Book of Boba Fett. Quick question for you before we jump. Solo 2 or Solo? Yeah or nah?
What's that? Say that again.
Solo, yeah.
The movie?
It's on TNT right now, right after.
Yeah, I'm watching it now. I liked it.
I liked it too. And there's a big movement going around to make Solo 2 happen. I don't know what that would look like, but heck, I'd be all for it. Why not?
They need to complete the story.
Yeah.
I liked it. I didn't, anytime you have a character like Han Solo, you're not Harrison Ford, which they couldn't do. So I completely understand that. Yeah. That's tough. But they had so much trouble behind the scenes making that movie. I'd like to see what another one looks like without all of the drama and stuff.
All the bullshit.
Right.
Yeah.
And don't have directors in midway through the movie.
Right.
No, I think that I would go for another one. I would.
Oh, for sure.
I would definitely. Yeah, I would be okay with that.
But while I was on, I just had to ask the question. So
that's okay.
Well, since you got that question, I'll ask one. Solo or Rogue One?
Rogue One.
Yeah. Same here.
But the last 10 minutes of Rogue One.
Oh, you didn't like the rest of it?
I loved it.
The last 10 minutes is what Darth Vader should have been.
Oh, yeah. No, that's amazing.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, that's right.
But the whole movie,
I thought
the whole movie impressed the hell out of me.
The movie was good. The 10 minutes, you were semi. You were semi, and then when Vader come out, it was rock.
You were full 6 to midnight.
It was rock. Yeah. It was rock, paper, scissors.
Right. Right. But anyway, yeah. So the Book of Boba Fett, we'll be touching base on that here weekly as we continue. Looking forward to it. I think they have the throne at somewhere in Galaxy's Edge at Disney. The series will be long done by the time I get there. So, but we have a trip planned in end of February. Hopefully, if everything works out. I don't know with COVID and all that stuff. So we'll see what happens. But man, I'd love to sit on that throne. I hope that it's still there.
Well, if you do, get a picture.
I will. They people were getting pictures on it. So I'm like,
sit on that throne with the HBK hat, glasses, and gloves.
I'll never have.
Maybe Kickstarter will come through in time.
Maybe.
We got a month and a half roughly.
But if you could probably get them on like eBay or used or something. But could you imagine what happened in those things? I mean, they are thinking back, they are pretty kinky, weird stuff. And I'm like, why did I want that? No wonder my mom didn't buy it.
Yeah, she probably saw that. Was like, I don't know about this one.
He's definitely not Chippendales material. We're gonna stay away from this. So, but anyway, gentlemen, this was fun as always, and I guess we will see everybody next week.
Okay.
Well, what are we? Is next week our year-end extravaganza?
I think it is. This is the last one for this year.
With all the questions?
Yeah.
And all the show categories?
Yeah. Yeah. Good luck, Gary. I feel for you already, buddy.
Man, it's tough. I might as well put on my referee's outfit. Trying to mediate this one.
No, it'll be okay. It'll be okay.
But
you didn't do the timer today.
I know I didn't.
I know. That's why
tis the season.
I'm aware.
I know.
Well,
I know you are.
I had it pulled up. I had it on my thing, and I'm like, screw it. I'm not doing it.
No.
Tis the season.
But
no, it was good. It was good.
But next one's the big extravaganza, and I think the following week might be the Ravens game, so there might be something special going on there. So
I hope. I haven't heard none. If not, we'll just do our own, and we'll just try to bring people on, I guess, and see what happens. Yeah,
we shall see what happens. But yeah. All right, guys. Happy New Year from the Triple B Experience.
Oh, Happy New Year.
Live long.